Welcome back to Ghost Inspired Entertainment. I'm your host, Kanan Becker, and today I give you 10 more recommendations on Tubi. And let's get to the list. The Burrowers is a 2008 Western horror movie. Written and directed by J.T. Petty, it stars David Buse, William Mapother, Sean Patrick Thomas, Doug Hutchinson, and Clancy Brown. In the Wild West, a rescue party sets out to find a family of settlers that have vanished from their home under mysterious circumstances.
This is something we ain't seen before.
Who takes men and horses and leaves the valuables to rot?
Woke up.
He says another tribe, miners.
He didn't say miners. He used the word for when animals dig. Burrow, maybe.
So I'd heard about this movie for forever, but something about that name, I guess, made me think of a children's movie, not a horror movie. Until recently when I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about horror westerns, and they mentioned this movie. So I gave it a shot this week, and damn, this is a badass little horror movie. With a fantastic cast, it's really well shot and directed. It's gory and gets very dark, and it's pretty fucking savage. This movie absolutely surprised me how entertaining it is, because there's not enough western horror movies out there, and especially at this caliber. But if you're into the subgenre, then this is an absolute must.
It's a weird business, Sid.
Antiviral is a 2012 sci-fi horror movie. Written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg, it stars Caleb Landry Jones, Sarah Gadon, Douglas Smith, and Malcolm McDowell. This film takes place in a blackly satirical near future, where it's a thriving industry to sell celebrity illnesses to their obsessed fans.
My clients want to feel more connected to those people that they see in the magazines and on television.
Enjoy.
So far, I've had all her diseases.
Must have been expensive.
So Brandon is the son of legendary filmmaker David Cronenberg. I first heard of him when I saw his movie Possessor in 2020. So recently when I discovered he had also done this movie, I had to check it out. And damn, this is a twisted, dark, demented movie. It's definitely not as polished as Possessor, as this is his debut film, but it's still twisted and unique as hell. And just like his father, he makes extremely original themed movies. This is a slow burn, body horror, uncomfortable kind of movie. So if you enjoy strange, indie, unique horror, then this is one to definitely add to your list.
Repentant now shall be. From evil I return to thee.
Let's leave the wood.
The Witch is a 2015 folk horror movie, written and directed by Robert Eggers in his feature film debut. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Ralph Ineson, and Kate Dickie. Set in the 1630s, it follows a Puritan family who encounter forces of evil in the woods near their New England farm.
God, my Lord, I now begin. Oh, help me and don't leave my sin.
What a masterwork in film this is. The details that Eggers puts into this are just amazing. And it's beautifully shot and directed. The entire cast give emotional, powerful performances as well. Every element of it truly makes you feel surrounded, just enraptured by it. It's dark and moody with feelings of foreboding dread, bordering on depressing. This is one of those movies that feels like a painting come to life. As far as folk horror goes, it doesn't get any better than this. And I think it's a perfect creepy movie for the Halloween season. This is an amazing movie that deserves to be at the top of any horror fan's watch list.
We're gonna need to question you a lot more.
I swear to you, I could hear him in the walls.
Absentia is a 2011 independent supernatural horror movie. Written, edited, and directed by Mike Flanagan, it stars Courtney Bell, Katie Parker, and Dave Levine. A woman and her sister begin to link a mysterious tunnel to a series of disappearances, including that of her own husband.
These, let's call them lucid dreams that you're having. They started about the time you decided to declare him dead in absentia. You're describing visual, auditory, even tactile hallucination.
So I've become such a big fan of Mike Flanagan in the last few years. All of his work, from Midnight Mass to Dr. Sleep, are just truly amazing. And this is where it all began for him, with this micro-budget, crowd-funded movie. Yet for such a small movie, it has so much heart and passion in it. On top of that, it's original, creative, and unique. And it gets creepy and disturbing as well. You can just see how little he had to work with in this, yet he found a way to make this captivating movie. So if you're a fan of his work like I am, this is one you should really check out. Don't Breathe is a 2016 horror thriller. Directed by Fede Alvarez and co-produced by Sam Raimi. It stars Jane Levy, Dylan Minnette, and Stephen Lang. The story focuses on three friends who get trapped inside of a blind man's house while trying to rob him. But soon they begin to realize he is far from helpless.
$300K. Boom! That's our guy.
Wait, is he blind?
We messed up to rob a blind guy, isn't it?
Just because he's blind don't mean he's insane, bro.
This is really one of the most intense, thrilling, claustrophobic movies you'll see. And the whole cast is brilliant, but especially Stephen Lang. He's absolutely terrifying in this role. And the way this movie uses light and the absence of light is just overwhelming. But this is one of those few films that really got to me and just stuck with me after. Especially that devastating reveal towards the end. It's just haunting. You just can't help but feel immersed by it. This is an intense ride, definitely worth your time.
We need to leave before they get here. What would convince you that I'm not crazy?
Resolution is a 2012 sci-fi thriller written by Justin Benson and directed by Benson and Aaron Moorhead. It stars Peter Cecilia and Vinnie Curran. After receiving a troubling email from his drug-addicted best friend, Chris must travel to a remote cabin to save him.
Maybe you have split personalities and you're leaving each other gifts for you to find.
Did you see that?
See what?
What?
That.
So this film takes place in the same universe as Benson and Moorhead's other film, 2017's The Endless, and could be interpreted as a partial sequel. This is the first film by this creative duo who've been making waves in the horror community of late. It's full of emotion, humor, and mystery, with fantastic, likable characters. The chemistry between them just feels so real and had me busting up at times. But then it goes dark, twisted, and creepy as well. This is a well-made, entertaining little gem that's well worth your time.
Don't do this. Please don't do this.
Can I stab her anywhere?
Would You Rather is a 2012 psychological horror thriller, directed by David Guy Levy and starring Brittany Snow and Jeffrey Combs. The story focuses on a woman who attends a dinner party where she must partake in life-threatening games to help her sick younger brother secure a donor for his leukemia.
Each player will be given a choice between A or B.
What the hell is this?
Decision making in its rawest form. Would you rather electrocute yourself?
Oh no, I see where this is going.
Or
I don't think I can do this either.
15 seconds. Go.
So this movie really has some Saw escape room vibes to it, but it also has its own unique, twisted surprises to it as well, going absolutely fucking savage at times. And Jeffrey Combs is so much fun in this movie. He just plays this creepy, soulless rich man so well. But this isn't anything groundbreaking or a movie to take serious at all. It's just a fun watch, but one that I absolutely recommend.
But what can people do to hurt a mountain?
They Look Like People is a 2015 independent psychological thriller. Shot, edited, written, produced, and directed by Perry Blackshear. In his feature film debut, it stars McLeod Andrews, Evan Dumichel, and Margaret Ian Drake. It's about a man who believes that humanity is secretly being taken over by evil creatures.
You devour and become stronger.
This is a very slow-building, dramatic movie that builds into a tension-filled psychological thriller. But it gets dark and very uncomfortable by the end. But just keep in mind, this is a micro-budget kind of movie, so it's more of the things you don't see that are haunting than big-budget special effects. But for fans of independent, slow-burn psychodramas, this is a great pick. The Tingler is a 1959 sci-fi horror movie. Produced and directed by William Castle, it is the third of his 5 collaborations between him and writer Rob White. It stars Vincent Price, Pamela Lincoln, Judith Evelyn, and Philip Coolidge. Vincent Price plays a scientist who makes a surprising discovery. The spine-chilling sensation that people get when they're scared is due to a parasite that he dubs the Tingler.
Screaming or perhaps any sound the human in fear can make de-energizes it, paralyzes it.
Well, at least screaming seems to stop the Tingler from bending the spinal column. Screaming may even dissolve it, or if it's a living organism, kill it.
So this is one of my all-time favorite classic movies. And Vincent Price is well known and beloved, but very few people talk about this classic. It goes into some really fun pseudoscience sci-fi directions. It also gets pretty dark with its concepts for its time. But at its core, it's just a fun creature feature, and one that I highly, highly recommend. Bubba Ho-Tep is a 2002 comedic horror movie. Written, produced, and directed by Don Coscarelli, it stars Bruce Campbell, Ozzie Davis, and Ella Joyce. The movie's about a man who claims to be Elvis Presley, now a resident at a nursing home, and a black man who claims to be John F. Kennedy, who discovered that there's an ancient evil mummy killing people in the home.
What we have here at Shady Rest is an Egyptian soul sucker of some sort.
Some kind of Bubba Ho-Tep.
You know, a mummy hiding out, feeding on the sleeping.
This is a silly, entertaining ride, and Bruce Campbell plays an amazing old Elvis, delivering one hilarious line after another. But you can't forget about Ozzie Davis, who is fantastic as well. He just gives this movie a lot of heart and character. It also tells a really interesting, unique little story as well. And like all of Don Coscarelli's films, it's creative. From the camera angles and placement to the lighting, it's all very unique. But it's not anything to take serious at all. It's just a fun popcorn horror movie. So grab your popcorn and your candy and enjoy! I want to give a huge, massive, enormous thank you to my patrons, because you guys, seriously, your support means so much to me. And if you would like to find out more about becoming a patron, the link is down in the description. And like always, thank you so much for watching. Please crush that like button. And remember, guys, horror can be fun. If you enjoyed this, click right here for 10 more recommendations. I'll see you guys next time.